Whispers are racing through the industry as Netflix gears up to release 50 Cent's upcoming documentary, and the tension is unmistakable. Fans are watching closely, wondering which powerful figures could be pulled back into the conversation as the project revisits long-standing relationships and unresolved history within the music world. Some online speculate that Jay-Z has been keeping a low profile, while others believe the timing is anything but accidental. At the same time, social media is overflowing with unverified clips and rumors tied to Diddy's ongoing legal situation, adding another layer of unease to an already charged atmosphere. Nothing has been confirmed, but the overlap between these discussions has people on edge. As anticipation builds, the online mood continues to darken, with many sensing that the documentary could reignite old debates, reopen sensitive chapters, and place familiar names back under an intense spotlight once the curtain finally lifts.
The release date for his Diddy documentary, Sean Combs' The Reckoning, is hitting Netflix on December 2nd. 50 Cent captioned it, "They said I was capping. What happened?" And it's been so long at this point, I thought maybe he was really just joking and this documentary wasn't happening, but obviously I was wrong. Because this is actually official. Not only is 50 Cent just posting this, so he's not trolling, it's being confirmed by multiple media outlets. And I have a feeling right now Diddy is sweating about what 50 Cent is about to put in this documentary. You know, 50 Cent's connection when it came to the Diddy trial. Not only that, we cannot forget during this Diddy trial, it was alleged that Diddy wanted to off 50 Cent. 50 Cent stays trolling Diddy, so I am afraid that he is probably about to drag Diddy for filth in this documentary. It's about to be so bad. This is going to be a documentary that I'm going to watch just because I want to see how 50 Cent actually puts together this.
50 Cent has officially locked in the release date for his long-anticipated documentary Sean Combs, The Reckoning, set to drop on Netflix on December 2nd. And he announced it with a pointed message. "They said I was capping. What happened?" After months of uncertainty that led many to question whether the project would ever see the light of day, multiple outlets have now confirmed it's real and imminent. The announcement has already reignited intense online discussion, with many speculating that Diddy may be uneasy about how 50 will frame their long, very public history of tension and rivalry. Given 50 Cent's reputation for blunt storytelling and zero-filter commentary, fans are expecting a documentary that doesn't pull punches. All eyes are now on how he connects the dots, what angles he chooses to spotlight, and just how confrontational the final narrative turns out to be.
In particular, Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle. You weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way you represent the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it, just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like, when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z? That
was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. You know, so I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally.
After Diddy's September 2024 arrest, online chatter exploded when 50 Cent revealed he was teaming up with Netflix on a documentary set to dive into long-circulating rumors and unresolved questions surrounding the mogul's legacy. Social media speculation suggests 50 has spent years gathering stories, insider observations, and industry whispers, with many fans anticipating a deep dive into the behind-the-scenes dynamics that have lingered for decades. While none of this has been officially confirmed, the prospect of a project shaped by years of close attention has reignited curiosity, leaving audiences eager to see how boldly 50 Cent will explore the mystery, tension, and complexity at the heart of their turbulent history.
This time from a man in Florida. According to ABC News, investigators in L.A. received a report from a police department in Florida where the alleged victim lives, and now they are working on the case. Eyewitness News anchor Mike Marza in the newsroom with the very latest details. Mike.
Well, David, here's what we know. The new allegations of sexual assault against Sean Diddy Combs come from a music producer who went to police in Florida, but the alleged crimes happened in Los Angeles. Jonathan Hay is his name. That's the person who filed the complaint, and he's one of the John Does that filed this civil lawsuit against Combs in July. The first alleged incident was in September of 2020 in L.A. Hay alleging that Combs performed sex acts in front of him and asked for oral sex. In a second incident, in 2021, Hay claims that C.J. Wallace, the son of the rapper Notorious B.I.G., took him to a location where two men put something over his head, he says, before Combs forced himself on Hay several times. Combs is currently serving out a sentence in Fort Dix, New Jersey, following his conviction earlier this year on two prostitution-related charges. Combs' representatives have not yet responded to this lawsuit.
50 Cent has hinted that his upcoming docuseries won't dwell on the latest online chatter, but will instead probe long-standing rumors and persistent questions about how certain operations around Diddy were believed to function. Some online commentators suggest that the material he's presenting has even drawn renewed attention from investigators, though nothing has been officially confirmed. What is clear is that the project promises a deep dive into decades of behind-the-scenes activity, adding a fresh layer of suspense and intensity to an already high-stakes public conversation.
Clearly damaging to him.
Yeah, and I think there's like a famous quote from someone who was acquitted, and he said, all right, where do I go to get my reputation back?
Right.
I mean, social media was a light. Beyonce's next. Jay-Z's next. All the people in the inner circle is next.
Yeah, and the problem is there are just so many pictures of the two of them partying together, and he clearly was at a lot of Diddy parties.
How powerful was Jay-Z when you were doing business with him? Was he already a power player where if he wanted to ruin someone's life or make somebody a star, he could do it?
I met Jay-Z and I signed to Rock Nation. I didn't want to drip myself in blood and cover myself and swim in goop, in black goop, and fucking like wear devil horns to fucking sell a record. That, all be a witch, all be that, all of that.
Recent developments have intensified the mounting legal pressure on Diddy, with reports indicating that over 100 civil cases are currently active. Naturally, attention has turned to his inner circle, including Jay-Z, long seen as one of his closest industry allies. Fans and commentators are now speculating on whether figures connected to these cases might reveal new insights or previously unknown behind-the-scenes details, fueling growing curiosity about what could emerge as both public and legal scrutiny continue to escalate.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I thought he was trolling because I do think 50 is a guy to kick you when you're down, and Diddy did seem like he was down for a long time. Pause. And I thought 50 was just trying to kick his back in. It was clear that 50 wanted him to go to jail for a lengthy time, maybe for the rest of his life. And I've said personally, I really think that 50 wanted him to go to jail because he was fucking his baby moms. You get what I'm saying? And that's what that is. However, it looks like 50 wasn't playing around when he had announced from back in the day that, he was going to create at that time he called it the Diddy Do It doc. And he said he was going to do it and, all pun intended, he said he was going to do the doc and put it out with Netflix. And it appears that he wasn't capping. Netflix has actually put out a press release. Variety and other outlets picked it up. And they have announced that there is a release date, December 2nd, which is the Netflix documentary series from the executive producer, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. And it is called Sean Combs, The Reckoning. It's going to only be on Netflix. And yes, 50 is the executive producer. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a huge power move by 50. Now, I love 50, so we're not going to get into certain stuff, but 50 doesn't have the cleanest history. Sometimes I feel like when they go for these type of docs, the Surviving R. Kellys, they go for the most woke person to present the doc because you kind of need somebody to soapbox. with all due respect, I'm not saying 50 had freak offs and shit like that, but 50 is 50 Cent, bro. You know what I mean? It's like 50 Cent isn't the most model human being. Not saying he's been accused or he does stuff that Diddy does, but
King academics reacted to Netflix's recent announcement, highlighting the mounting excitement around 50 Cent's upcoming documentary and the extensive material he's reportedly compiled over the years. His comments have reignited interest in Diddy's earlier legal troubles, including his 2024 arrest and the aftermath that followed. As conversations expand to the broader context of those events, fans and commentators are eager to see whether the docuseries will provide fresh insights or reveal previously untold details.
Individual that want to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. He did the stuff to Ja Rule so he could go after Jay-Z. They not gonna come out and speak on nothing that has anything to do with them, and they praying that they not on the tape doing crazy stuff, being oiled up in the whole 9 yards. Until the feds say, hey, yo, listen here. Hey, buddy, we got you on this tape, and girl looked like she was pretty young. We're not gonna show it, but we need you to come and testify against Brother Love. That's when they're gonna start talking. And they're not gonna be talking in his favor. 250 cameras all over the house? Somebody got caught stealing a cookie out the cookie jar. When you that powerful, you didn't get that powerful without having one or two or maybe three up.
So now we have two people come out saying that Diddy was talking to the feds. Do you think that's true?
Whether it's true or not, and he might have been cooperative in some way, shape, or form, you don't get away with human trafficking unless you give up John Gotti or something like that, and that's not what happened here. I can tell you, Jesse, that this investigation's been going on for a long time, very closely held by HSI, so much so that even some of the agents on the raid a week ago today didn't know whose house they were raiding until they got there. That's how closely held this
Wow, because there could have been a tip.
Absolutely.
And there are allegations that he was paying law enforcement through his chief of security, which also happened to be Michael Jackson's chief of security.
I don't know if I buy into that. You know, people in Diddy's situation like to have those involved in law enforcement close to them. But that doesn't mean they're taking payoffs. That doesn't mean they're doing big favors. They like that closeness. It's just like how Diddy was able to court Diageo or Estee Lauder. He was very successful in doing that, and that made him a lot of money and gave him credibility outside the hip-hop rap world. And that's what he was trying to do here, a lot like what Epstein did.
Industry chatter has surged following the release of new material linked to Diddy's past legal troubles, sparking speculation about who might appear in previously unseen footage. Commentators are weighing potential connections and the broader implications for those involved. Online discussions emphasize how cooperation in major cases can shape investigations, while lingering questions and evolving narratives keep fans glued to every update. All eyes are now on the documentary to see how it pieces together the tangled story behind the headlines.
They'll let you do crimes, long as you don't do no and stuff like that. They'll let you go around and pay you to protect them. You understand? To protect him. We had a lot of people on the payroll when we was doing security. Somebody might have this first 10 hours, that 10 hours, or whatever. He was paying law enforcement. He had a budget for law enforcement. Now, if something goes wrong, those people got friends in certain places. Then plus he tells his handler, yo, can you make this go away for me? I'll give you this and that. Now, that could be a lot of speculations or whatever like that. But why would you have or be working for an FBI agent if you're not an informant? Why? So when you got that kind of money, you could hire people to make a lot of things go away for you. Like you hire lawyers. Those lawyers have police officers and people working for them and investigators. Those investigators were former officers.
Gone Deal has reportedly shared his perspective on Diddy's past interactions with authorities, adding another layer to the ongoing discussion. Online speculation suggests that Diddy's involvement in certain investigations may have shaped how insiders perceived his influence, protection, and standing within the industry. Observers are now debating how these dynamics could affect those connected to him, leaving fans closely monitoring developments as they try to piece together the bigger picture ahead of the upcoming documentary.
More time behind bars. His release date pushed back to June of 2028 instead of May of that same year. The news coming after reports of Combs drinking in prison, something he denies, after he was accepted into a rehab program in prison that could have reduced his sentence by up to a year. He's also been accused of making a prohibited three-way phone call from prison. Here to make sense of it all, NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Malas and defense attorney and friend to Top Story, Sarah Azari. Guys, thanks so much for being here, both of you. So, Chloe, I'm going to start with you. I'm being told you spoke to Combs' rep earlier. What did you learn about this issue?
Sure. So Combs' representative, Judah Engelmeyer, telling me by phone earlier today, Tom, that yes, a three-way call was made between one of Combs' lawyers, who did bring in another person on that call with Combs while he has been at Fort Dix, but that there was nothing improper about it. But again, that is not something that you were supposed to do at all. So those lawyers should have known better. As for drinking, he doubled down and said that Combs was not drinking and that, in fact, he's been admitted into this very specialized rehab program that Fort Dix offers is actually going to potentially lower his sentence. Yeah. He could be released earlier because of that. So they're saying he's done nothing wrong and that any reports that he has been drinking is completely not true.
Sean Diddy Combs is setting the record straight about his life behind bars, following a report that said the rap mogul, who is serving a 4-year sentence for 2 related convictions, was caught drinking homemade alcohol in prison. His spokesperson emphatically denies the allegation, telling People magazine in a statement published November 9th, there have been several false and reckless reports circulating about Mr. Combs. He has not violated any prison rules. His sobriety and self-discipline are priorities, and he is taking them seriously. The 56-year-old was recently transferred to a low-security correctional facility in New Jersey after spending over a year at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. At the new institution, he was alleged to have created a mixture of Fanta, sugar, and apples, which ferments into alcohol after 2 weeks, TMZ reported. The spokesperson continues, this is only his first week at FCI Fort Dix, and unfortunately, rumors will surface throughout his time there. We ask the public and press to give him the benefit of the doubt, the privacy to focus on his personal growth, and the grace to move forward.
Speculation is heating up online over reports that Diddy might be pursuing an early release, with whispers even suggesting discussions of a potential presidential pardon. Fans and industry commentators are weighing what such a move could mean for the music world and for everyone tied to his decades-long influence. At the same time, anticipation builds for 50 Cent's upcoming documentary, which promises to delve deeper into long-standing controversies and offer fresh insights into a story the public has followed and questioned for years.
Fort Dix reporting for work in the library, where he is making recommendations and handing out different movies and books for his fellow inmates.
I'm really fascinated just by the library itself.
But you're seeing him here. This is him reporting to work, taking off his jacket, taking off his scarf, and settling in for a day on the job.
It looks like a public school library.
Yeah.
It's
this was the chapel, and this is the media library in the chapel, which is where Diddy's currently working. He's working in a Life Connections program, which is an 18-month program that helps rehab people, get them closer to spirituality, to charity groups, and with that, it will shorten his sentence. But in this media library, he helps inmates with religious material, rent out movies, that kind of stuff. You see him pushing a
really
cart
interesting
with a TV on it.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the laundry room when he first got there.
Yeah,
this got to be
his first assignment.
This got to be a promotion.
Yeah,
it feels like a promotion. It feels like maybe he tried the lunchroom and put in a request for something different.
Yeah, it does. It does sound like he used maybe possibly some connections to get a.
Speculation over Diddy's potential early release has intensified, fueled by reports hinting at a possible presidential pardon. Shortly after, additional complications during his time in custody emerged, raising questions about how these issues could impact his sentence. As public interest skyrockets, all eyes are turning to 50 Cent's upcoming documentary, which promises to explore the behind-the-scenes dynamics and long-standing controversies that have shaped the music industry for years.
Oh, yeah, man.
Today.
Yeah.
It's his birthday.
Yes.
And he happens to put up a post of him, and, you know, there were some pictures released of Diddy on the yard with a couple other prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy to see prisoners, right?
Yeah. You know, he had Bad Boy East, Bad Boy West, that's Bad Boy Prisons.
Yeah. But he put up a picture of those pictures, and he said he looked too happy to me with all them handsome men around. Good morning, New York City.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Dude, how does 50 get away with this?
I don't know.
Because we were talking about, man, 50 don't lose any brand deals. He don't lose any endorsements. He can walk in and sell TV shows.
Oh, yes.
You know, he can be in the boardroom and also be petty as hell, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Even when he sat down with us, he kind of explained a little bit about him and Diddy and the beef.
I haven't had issues with Puff. I don't like him like that. Like, I don't like things that he would do and make me uncomfortable.
So we're speaking on Diddy. We're speaking on Puff.
Yeah. Okay. But I don't have that thing where, we ain't had no thing. I wasn't sending nothing at him. Like, if it was on the street side like that, we would be actively doing things to each other.
I still don't understand.
And we wasn't doing that.
I was still trying to figure out, you do a lot.
Yeah, he does a lot.
You do a lot.
And the uncomfortable part was when he was talking to the Breakfast Club. And he was mentioning how Diddy wanted to take him shopping.
He said something fabulous, and he goes, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party. What is he talking about? That's the kind of stuff. When people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like, he said something to me one time, a long time ago. At Chris Lighty's wedding, he told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're going to make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out. No, dude, you take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
Hey, dude, that sounds like something Mariano would say.
Yeah.
That's a nice gesture. Like, nah, you don't.
Crazy.
You don't say I'm going to take you shopping.
What's crazy, it's not the first time any artist has said that about taking him shopping.
Really though?
Yeah, I've heard it from other artists and be like,
about Diddy taking.
Around the same period, clips allegedly filmed inside the prison began circulating online, showing Diddy appearing unexpectedly calm and upbeat. The footage sparked immediate discussion among fans and commentators, igniting debates about how public glimpses can contrast with the true realities of incarceration and what these brief moments might reveal about his mindset during this challenging period.
Writing to the judge, all right? According to the letter, all right, 50 says, "Dear Judge, I've had an ongoing dispute with Puffy for over 20 years. He is very dangerous. Multiple times I have feared for my life. I think you should consider the safety of the general public, Your Honor, before unleashing him upon them. There hasn't been enough time for him to reform or make any adjustments, despite his trying to teach a class in there. As you are already aware, the government has spent the maximum amount of money on deploying federal agencies, which appear to be an army, in 2 locations simultaneously. Later, his son, who's dealing with his own rape allegations, claimed that the feds had hit the wrong house. Anyway, Diddy's only going to return to hiring more male ex-workers and keeping most of the baby oil away from the general public. And babies need it. My Netflix doc on this scandalous subject.
After the footage circulated online, 50 Cent jumped in with his trademark humor, poking fun at Diddy's surprisingly upbeat demeanor on camera. His reaction quickly amplified the conversation, with fans and commentators weighing in, noting how 50 Cent's playful commentary adds both intrigue and entertainment to the ongoing discussion around the prison clips.
Saw Justin Bieber on this tape and he appeared to be underage during this time. He also saw Usher on these tapes and Usher definitely appeared to be underage. And this one gave me the chills because we've heard that Usher is the one that sent Justin Bieber to Diddy. Courtney Burgess sat down with the Too Strong channel here on YouTube and started naming some of the celebrities that he saw on these tapes.
Were kids involved in these parties that you can verify from looking at the tapes?
If Justin Bieber was older than he's supposed to have been, yes. If Usher was older, well, Usher was definitely young.
Okay.
You understand? His shoulder part with his the
gloves all in the bed. You know what I'm saying? It looked like they came home from a event, a party or something.
Went on to explain how Danny Boy was also in one of these videos with Mary J. Blige and Diddy together. And Danny Boy admitted when he was 15 that Mary J. Blige flew him out to New York and he slept with her while he was underage.
Mary J, Danny Boy, okay? You know what Danny Boy is? I heard that before. I don't, you know, I've been so far away from hip hop, I forgot, but I have heard that name, Danny Boy. Danny Boy, back then, he looked like he was about 16. They both was about.
He also claimed that Jaden Smith, Will Smith's son, were in these videos, and he also said that there was photographs and videos of Diddy eating off of young girls.
Pictures or images of any of this stuff. Yeah, I got Justin Bieber, Will Smith's son, whatever his name is. Other females on the table, they was young. He was eating off them. A lot of entertainments. And then I got calls from certain one to get the tape out of my hand. And I said,
50 Cent has stayed vocal throughout Diddy's legal troubles, using social media and public commentary to broadcast his strong opinions. During the sentencing process, he even reportedly submitted letters to the court expressing concerns about the case and its broader implications. This bold move quickly fueled online discussions, drawing heightened attention to the unfolding narrative around Diddy's ongoing legal challenges.